You want me to join it right now?
Hello. Hey, Bill, can you, Zaire, welcome. Can you hear me, Zaire? Hey, Zaire.
Hey, David.
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Hola, Mike.
Hey, Travis. Hey, Bill, Tracy, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, David.
You can hear me now? Okay, good. All right. All right, guys, we'll get started shortly here. 1 second. Travis, you guys can still hear me?
Yes, we can.
David, I can hear you.
Okay, good. All right, guys, we'll get started. Tracy, welcome. Hey, Daniel, welcome. Welcome, Bill. Hey, Tyler.
Hey, David.
Welcome, Travis. Welcome, Zaire. Guys, we'll get started shortly.
Thank you, David.
Everyone, we'll go over cryptos, specifically Bitcoin. What's going on with Bitcoin right now? To get a sell signals. Forex. What is happening in the market? We'll get started. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started here. All right, let's see here. All right, let's go ahead and share my screen. So this evening, we'll start with Bitcoin, and hope you guys had a great weekend, and hope you guys are ready for new trading week. All right, so as you guys see here, we've got Bitcoin really, testing this area right in here. We just this is current price right here. We've got a red candle. All right, so we've got a red candle here. So sellers are coming in. We were hoping that it would hold. All right, so we were hoping that it would hold this area. Let me show you guys. It would hold here, get a bounce back and retest resistance here. But that's not happening. So we got a red candle. So we'll look to get a sell signal on Bitcoin soon here if that holds. All right, so if that holds, you see it's going back and forth here. So now it's a wide consolidating candle. So we'll see how this candle closes. All right, if it closes red, that will be a concern. All right. Stop me if you guys have any questions, okay, as I move through this. Support in this area right here. So support, near-term support would be about, I would say, right here at about 36,000. Okay, so about right here, 36,000 right here. And as you guys know, we've got bigger support here, but this is the concern right now. All right, buyers they're not holding. All right, so hopefully, right, overnight we can get a big bullish candle come in, right, and move higher. But like I said, if we get some red candles come in, we'll get a sell signal to be out of Bitcoin and out of cryptos for the moment, okay? 45,000 was the number to hold, so we really needed to hold 45,000. And right now we're at 42,000, okay, on Bitcoin. And as you guys know, as Bitcoin moves lower, so will most of the other cryptocurrencies. So if you don't trade Bitcoin, that's fine. We still need to track it because it is a barometer for the entire Forex, cryptos market. So as it moves lower, so will most of your crypto pairs out there, currencies. Okay, so just keep that in mind. All right, let's take a look at. So we'll
David, I'm sorry. Before you move on that, are we still going to be looking at the daily time frame and not that we're not going to go back down to 240 on this?
On Bitcoin?
Yeah. Like we were doing before?
Yeah, just the daily right now. That 4 hour time frame is not very reliable on Bitcoin. All right.
Okay. All right.
It's not very reliable. Now, if you guys, we can take a look at it here. Let's see.
I'm pissed off at Bitcoin, man. I really had just a little bit of faith, a little bit. It's been doing this to me for the past like 6 to 8 months.
Well, you know, it had a chance. If you guys look here was the chance. You know, it really had an opportunity here, right, to hold. That doesn't mean the trade is not over yet. The trade is not over, right? It's still, you know, we don't have a sell signal. It really is trying to hang in there, you know. It's going back and forth. Like right now, this is going to be critical overnight, right? Hey, Peter, welcome. It's going back and forth. If it closes with a red candle, then we could see more selling coming in, but it's right there on the edge, right there on the edge. Here is support right here. I would consider previous resistance is support. What we don't want is here we talked about this on Friday. Here is the wider support and resistance. What I think will happen though, guys, is that we could get probably a sell signal down in this area in here. All right, we get a very wide support and resistance area in here, but we'll watch it. On the 240, so Tylac on the 240, here is what we're showing here on the 240. So clearly, you guys know there's markup phase, right? Markup phase, markdown phase. You have a sell signal right here. All right, so you know this is what's happening. Right now, it's trading all the way down in here. So it's up to you guys what you want to do. with your positions, okay? But on the 240, it's in the markdown phase. Now that 240, that's a long, it's not as long as the daily, right? But it's definitely longer than the 30, longer than the 60. So you could get a move, quite a bit of move to the downside. Okay, if we were to look at the 240, support would come in right around on the 240. You might get support right in this area right here, which is about 37,000. I would say right here is pretty good support right in here. But like I said, anything can happen. I mean, buyers can come in and push it back up. The daily is perhaps going to be more confirmation. If this candle here turns red, closes red, then this is going to be more of a concern. But definitely markdown phase. Definitely in the markdown phase, we have a sell short signal here. All right. If you guys were watching it on the 4-hour time frame, 46,000 would have been your exit here. All right. But not good for Bitcoin right now. Not good. All
So I
right.
was thinking, Dave, if it does give a sell signal by tomorrow, I'm going to take half of it out, what I have, and then I'm gonna just short it.
Oh, it's not a short yet. I mean, unless you trade it, Daniel, unless you trade it now, if you shorting it under 240, yes. All right. So if you short it under 2, be careful of the time frame that you're using. So
Yeah.
you
I
shorting
think I'll
it.
short it on the 240, and then probably take it out on the next withdraw it on the next hit of support.
Yeah.
The next support down, I guess.
Yeah, so it depends on how you want to do it. There's a sell short signal also. Hold on one second. Let me remove the longs. It's definitely it's a trader's market right now for Bitcoin if you want to trade it. Let's see here. Meaning that
I didn't know
you're gonna
Hugo's
trade the
Way does
smaller
that.
moves. Go ahead.
They do. Hugo's Way does BTC USD.
Okay.
Yeah, so I didn't know. But I found out. So I'm thinking, in order for me to preserve or at least try to make up during, because I lost some buys, I said to myself, maybe I'll just try to short it a little bit.
Okay. All right. Okay, so here we've only got the short signals to show you guys what's, and that's not a bad idea to play the downside move. All right. All right, so 1 second. It's not what we want, right? In these markets, it's what's in front of us and what's happening. So here is the 30-minute. So let me, I'll open this up side by side. So here is the 30-minute here. And we'll put it side by side with the 240. Okay, so here is the 240. Here is the 30. All right. So here it is. All right. So 30-minute. Here was the previous short signal right here that came in right at 45,000. All right, short signal. All right, consolidated a bit, and then markdown phase. So markdown phase. We currently have a sell short signal. on the 240. No buyers. There are no buyers coming in yet. All right. On the 240, we have a sell short signal right here, an absolute perfect sell short signal right here on the 240. All right, on the 240 right here, markdown phase redistribution. All right, so redistribution right here. So yeah, they're shorting it right now. They're shorting it right now. All right, so this, if this holds, right, that daily will turn. All right, that daily time frame will turn bearish. All right. All right. So,
Got it.
yeah, you guys can see it's clear here who's in control, right? Sellers are in control. Yeah. So that will push down. If that continues, that should push down this price action here on the daily. And if you guys can see here, we've been getting lower highs, lower lows rather. So right here. You guys see that right here. Yeah, so if you draw a trend line, see right here, it's following that downward trend line. But again, that doesn't mean, right, price can't move higher, right? But,
No, I seen a YouTube video of a guy, he broke it down. He went back, you know, he went back to since 2011. And what's happening right now, I don't want to be optimistic, but this is the other side. He said what's happening right now is what happened every time it went up, and he compared it. So if you want to compare the last time it spiked up, it did the same thing. It pulled back like a slingshot, and then it went forward. But that's just the optimism right there. But we'll see what happens at the end of the day. It is in a critical spot right now. So either way, I'm going to preserve as much as I can by taking half out and then shorten it a little bit, and then, you know, making some money that side rather than just keeping it all on buys and, and hoping for the best. I'd rather make my money work somehow, because the person I am now wasn't the person I was before, you know, so I might do my best to try to short it out and get something.
Yeah. And what, you know, this is a good learning experience. All right. A lot of times when you're stuck, when you get stuck in a position, right? And Peter did this with his IWM trade. And Daniel, you're starting to think the same way. All right. You can trade your way out of it. Okay. You can trade your way out of it to kind of minimize your risk. Okay, so you could go short like you're doing. All right, there are a couple of ways you could do it. All right, you can keep your core position like you have. Right, keep the if you've got confidence in the in that it could go higher. Right, I don't like that. You know, we want to just trade price. But let's say you're trapped. You got in, you're in it, right? So you got in somewhere up in this area here, and you're in it, and you're trapped in that markdown phase. Okay, you can take other positions, so you can trade around your core position. All right, so like you mentioned, going short, right? So taking advantage of these perhaps these short positions in here, right? So yes, you've got your core position, right? Because you think, hey, long term, your position, your larger position should be fine. That's not the best. I don't like that. But you could still short. You could take some advantage of these short positions in here, which would minimize your losses. All right,
Exactly.
you would trade around it. Hey, welcome, Charity. Welcome. So that's thinking like a trader now. Okay, you're thinking like a trader. If you guys get caught in a position, right? So if you're long, you get caught in that markdown phase, try to then trade around it by going short. and so that you don't sustain a larger loss when you get caught. Okay. So that's good thinking, Daniel. Good thinking. All right, but definitely, ideally, we want to be. You guys know this, right? We want to trade the markup phase, get out. You know that, get out, and then either trade the markdown phase, go short, all right, or just be out of it. But sometimes you'll get caught. So, all right. So that is Bitcoin. 42 is where it is right now. I think some more selling will come in. Hopefully, the upside is we could get a lot of buying coming in, and then move higher. All right. All right. Let's take a look at the dollar. This is better news. All right. So we've got better news here on Forex and the dollar index. All right. So if you guys missed this last week, you want to keep an eye on the dollar index. All right. I'm going to bring in some dates here so you guys have a reference. All right. So let's bring in the time. All right. So all right, it's font. All right, so since about 2015, here was the last time the dollar got to right at 99, 100. Let's see here. So right here, this was 2015, right? Was the last time the dollar made this high, and then it made it again. It made it again here, 2016, right here, 2016, right? And then here was about 2017, early 2017. And there's a method to the madness here. Just follow me. 2017 is when it reached that area again. So it's been testing right at that $100 mark. This is right at $100. So traders are definitely watching this level, this resistance level here, guys. And then here we are here. This is 2020. All right, 2020. Open it up. It's right here. 2020, and here we are 2022. So we're right here, 2022. All right. So we tested here, failed, tested resistance here, failed, tested resistance here, failed, tested resistance here, failed, and here we are again testing it. All right, same for support, tested support here, failed, tested support here, failed. Okay, understand that the more times we test an area, right, we test resistance, all right, the more touches we have, the stronger that resistance is. However, the more touches we get, the likelihood that price will break through that resistance. Okay. And also, if you guys take a look here, we are in an upward trend. This is on the monthly time frame. So this is a lot of historical data we're looking at here. So we've got a nice upward trend line right here. So let's remove this here. All right. So if you guys look here, we're being squeezed, right? We call, you guys know about this. We have that triangle, right? That triangle is squeezing, right? right? Nice resistance, nice upward trend, higher highs, right? Higher highs. So price is moving higher. Perfect resistance right here. All right. If we were betting, our bet would be that price will break this resistance. All right. So that price will break this resistance. Everything is lining up. There's no guarantee. But guess what? We had a nice pullback. We do not have a buy signal yet. Okay. But if we break this resistance on a monthly time frame, we should get a buy signal. But nice pullback. See the sellers right here. Nice pullback. White consolidating candles. That's what we want after the sellers are done. Green candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, guys. 6 months of buyers coming in. All right. There's a good chance, really good chance that we will break this resistance and move higher. All right. And move higher. So keep this in mind. All right. Keep this in mind. This is your long term. So if you guys are in, we know that the dollar pairs are making some moves. So if you guys don't have a picture of this, take a picture of this, print it, keep it with you so that you remember, so that you don't get taken out of the dollar pairs. All right. All right. Even if you get a pullback for a few days or a week, guess what? Right. We don't want to forget the overall direction of the dollar right now. We have no sellers, no selling in the dollar pairs. Again, nice markup phase. If you guys look here, just remember this area here, right? Look at this area in here. The last time the price broke resistance. All right. And again, this is a monthly time frame, so you can get several months of buying. So here was the previous, right? Here was the previous area. This area in here is much like what happened here. All right. So follow me for a second, right? So follow me for a second. This is perhaps our biggest opportunity right now. So I don't mind spending some time on it because it's really what we have right now to work with. Equities aren't doing great right now. So, all right, so here. And so we want to stay in these, I wouldn't even focus on the smaller time frames. If you guys are trading Forex and you're looking at these pairs, the dollar pairs, the 240 is what you want to focus on. You want to stay in these trades. All right. We saw recently what happened with the pound pairs, right? The yen pairs rather. The yen pairs broke a nice resistance. I think it was on the weekly time frame, and they made a big move to the upside. And I know some of us looked at the 30-minute time frame and missed a lot of opportunities while the 240 ran quite a bit. So we don't want to do that here. All right, so here, this area here, let's do this right here. All right, this area right here, right? This resistance right here failed. 1, 2. No, this is not an exact science, but hey, these patterns work sometimes, right? Failed, right? Went up to resistance, failed, came back down to support. Went up to resistance, failed, came back down to support. Went up here, failed, here, failed, made a higher resistance right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. look at the next time the price hit that resistance, broke that resistance, a big candle right here. We got a buy signal right here. Look at that move to the upside. Now, I'm not saying that we'll get this move. That's 4 months, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months of buying almost straight up before price consolidated again. All right. So we are approaching that area right there. Strong resistance, big breakup, big break of resistance, buy signal. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at right here. We'll know if it fails. Guess what? If it fails, then it fails. We'll see that price action on the 240 time frame. All right, so keep an eye. All your dollar pairs, guys, they're all up right here, all up, one down. All right, so this is where your focus should be. You've got the dollar index. You've got that in your favor. All right, you've got all, we know all the dollar pairs here except for one, right, is moving higher. All right, so right here, buy signal. Don't be afraid of these pullbacks. Okay, if you get out of the trade, if it kicks you out of the trade, all right, kicks you out of the trade, don't forget them. Just stay with them, look for additional buy signals. So we'll track those, we'll follow them. We do not want to miss a move in the dollar pairs. All right, we do not want to miss a move in the dollar pairs. All right, so, and I think the last time we got a big move in the yen pairs, like pound yen, I think dollar yen made a big move, right? All right, see a big move in the dollar pairs. I think in the yen pairs, I think the dollar pairs, if things can break to the upside, right? On that dollar index, I think we'll get a much bigger move than even the yen pairs. All right, any questions on this? Hey, Peter, go ahead.
The British pound yen looks very good. I'm looking at the weekly because it was going sideways on the weekly and it just broke out of the weekly. So
Yeah.
I probably get in on that one this week.
Yeah, let's take a look at it.
Don't usually trade Forex. This is so volatile. I can't sleep at night. Watch it. Even on the 240, I can't sleep.
Yeah, I know, but you know, if
But
you
on
get
the
in,
week, it looks good. It's a strong, decisive break on the weekly.
yeah, so we might get the same move. Let's see here.
Because sometimes it'll break resistance and just come right back.
Yeah,
So yeah, it looks good.
yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, so if you guys look here, and Peter's right, very similar move, right, on the weekly. When you guys do your research, and the type of research that you want to do, it's not on CNBC. The type of research, if you do any research, is going through back in history, just like we're doing now, and looking at the bigger picture, right? So let's see here.
I'm just drawing support and resistance
Yeah.
on the weekly.
Look at this here, right? You see, guys, see where that this is a triangle, right? See the price is getting squeezed, and then guess what? A big move here. All right. Now, near term, we know we have a buy signal, right, on the weekly, but we can go right here, and we've got resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, and big move here. All right, price is holding to the upside. So we might get additional moves on the yen pairs. let's see here. Let me bring up the monthly on this. Right.
It was hard to trade on the 240 because it was just trending sideways.
Look at this on the monthly. What a beautiful chart on the monthly, huh? Look at this, right? Look at this on the monthly. I don't even have to draw any any support and resistance lines. It's clear. It's clear to see, right? Right. Markdown phase. And guys, look at this here. This is on the monthly time frame. Here was the buy signal here. It failed, got us out here. Look at that. Look at that. This is on the monthly time frame. Look at that. You would not have sustained these losses here. Not a buy signal right here. Look at that buy signal here, got out here, right? That's why these red candles, once these red candles come in, those are the sellers, right? So failed, got us out here, didn't sustain this, bought buy here, markup phase, got out here, right? Didn't sustain this, right? Waited. For those of you who have the systems, I can't encourage you guys enough. Go through these charts and watch how price works, all right? This will allow you to have more confidence in the systems. All right. I mean, look here, it didn't, and I keep saying this, but it's true. It didn't give another buy signal. Here was the sell signal for the pound yen in 2008. We didn't get another buy signal right here when the buyers came in since 2013. All right. And this is amazing trading. This is absolutely amazing trading. All right, no buy signals. I know it's a long time frame, but this works. The buying and the selling, the execution of the trades, they work on every single time frame. They're going to do the same thing on every single time frame, right? Get out during the markdown phase, get into that markup phase. All right, so this will really, you will gain a lot of trust, right? When you open, if it can do it on a monthly time frame, it can do it on a 30-minute.
Hey Dave, what is Peter see it on the weekly? I'm sorry I missed that, but what is he seeing on the weekly that that caught his attention?
All right, right here, this breakout right here. So that's reaccumulation.
It was going sideways on the daily, so it was hard to figure out a direction. So a decisive break on the weekly chart. Hey David, we're coming up to some very strong resistance on the 162.35. So there was a very strong resistance in 2016 and also very strong resistance in 2009.
No wonder it's been trapped over there for literally over a week. It's been on the range.
I would get in at support or the break of resistance, since this is such a strong resistance. 162.35 on the weekly.
235, got it. Yep, I see it right there. Yeah. Whoa.
Weekly, so I'm looking at years back when it came back to this price. Okay. So I'm gonna get in at probably when it retraces back to support 158.07. If it retraces back then, I'll go long, or I'll go long. It breaks resistance.
Yep.
On what time frame, Peter?
On the weekly. I'm looking at the support and resistance on the weekly.
Okay. When you trade it, again, we just analyze. We don't trade on the monthly, right? We just analyze in price.
I know, but it's very strong. A very strong resistance.
Yeah.
So
now,
yeah. Keep in mind. Look at here, right? That no, there's no guarantee, right? We know that we'll get the same move. All right. But if you look here, if we follow these patterns, this was the previous buy signal right here. Okay, we have a buy signal right here. Right? Traders are watching these levels. This is for, All right, this is resistance right here. Here was resistance right here. Here is resistance right here. Okay, so the buyers are in control. So what we want to do, the buyers are in control on the monthly time frame. All right, on the monthly time frame, we've got a buy signal, all green candles. This is definitely the markup phase. All right, we are in the markup phase. So now let's go back. All right, so that's the monthly. Now let's go to the weekly. All right, buy signal all the way down here on the weekly. All right, so buy signal all the way down here on the weekly. All right, this is the markup phase. Here is the resistance, price broke resistance. That's reaccumulation. Buyers are still in control. So buyers are in control on the monthly. Buyers are in control on the weekly, correct? Am I correct, right?
Yes.
Correct. Okay. So let's take a look at the daily now. Okay. On the daily time frame, look here. On the daily time frame, here is resistance here on the daily time frame. Right? All right. Failed resistance.
Yep.
Failed resistance.
Yep.
Failed resistance. Look what happened when they finally broke resistance. A big candle here, guys. Lots of buying coming in. All right. Failed once, twice, 3 times, and guess what? Here's the 4th time here. All right. Watch these areas, guys. Watch these resistance areas. If you got a buy signal here, right at the previous buy signal right here. And guess what? They jumped in. They are watching these levels. All right, green candles. So we get in the markup phase on the monthly, the weekly, now the daily. Now let's take a look at the 240.
With Forex, you always have to anticipate the pullback. So I'll get in when it pulls back.
Absolutely. So here is the 240. All right. So if it has a buy signal, right? So yeah, wait. If you're not in it, wait for. I would say wait for here. If you're not in it, right? Wait for. Let that pullback happen. If you're not in it, where is it? Where is the price right now? The price is at. I can never make this.
162.15.
162.15.
Yeah, it's
That's
just
right here.
struggling with that resistance.
Yeah.
It's
about
a long term.
engulfing.
So that's why I think it's gonna do a little pullback before it starts breaking up.
Yeah. So if and we talked about this on Friday,
Resistance
right?
to what?
It's a ceiling. The price tried to attempt to break the ceiling and it got rejected. The sellers came.
About many times. It's been ranging literally for like a whole week.
Yeah. So I would watch it. If you're not in it, you could watch it on a break. If it breaks that resistance right here, right? We already have a buy signal, right? We know we have a buy signal. All green candles, the buyers are definitely in control. But yeah, we need to what's nice about this, and we talked about this on Friday, right? We want a nice tight support and resistance range. So if let's say we got in here, this is the type of trading you want, right? Let's say you got here that buy signal right here, that blue arrow, blue. I know it's hard to see, blue triangle right here. That's your buy signal. So even if you guys got in here, right? Because guess what? Overnight, guys, they could push it higher, right? So while you're sleeping, they could really push it higher, right? They could push it 200-300 pips, and then you've missed the run. All right. But yeah, you could wait for a pullback. Just know that if it breaks this support, or a sell signal will come in right about here, which is what we want. We want a nice tight resistance, support and resistance, rather than a wide support and resistance, kind of like this area here. But good job, Peter. Way to watch it. we've got the monthly, right? So let's go through this one more time. All right, we've got buyers here. We got a buy signal. And this is pretty cool. We got a buy signal right here, right? Buyers are in control on the monthly. On the weekly, same thing here. Buy signal here. Buyers are in control. Price is definitely moving higher. No sellers around. All right. On the daily, same thing. Broke a nice resistance here. Right. So nice resistance here. Buy signal. All right. And then on the 240. So we would just time our entry on the 240. And then we'll take a look at the 30 minute to see. So you might want to look at the 30 minute. Here's the 240 here. So if you wanted to time it, guys, here's the 240 right here. We know we've got a buy signal. Let's go to the 30 minute now. Let's do the 60 minute. So nice consolidation on the 60 minute. We have a buy signal, but it's holding. And then on the 30 minute, let's see. So you could time your entry. A lot of noise on the 30. I like that 60. I like the way the 60 minute is setting up. A lot of noise on that 30. All right. So if you wanted to time your entry, get a better entry. There is your resistance right here. Buy signal already in place. It's holding a nice tight support and resistance, which is what we want. All right. So right here, support. Look at this. Perfect. When they're consolidating like this, guys, they're just resting. All right. And that's a really, really good sign that they're holding the price to push higher. All right, you already got a buy signal. If it moves above this area here, resistance right here, that's your cue to get in. All right, so this is a good one. And we know the pound yen moves.
This is a Ken trade.
Yeah.
If we can make money from this trade, we could brag to Ken.
Yeah. This could be a bit. So watch the pound. We're always watching pound yen, right? But when we break it down like that, right? So when you go from the longer time frame, right? The longer time frame, the monthly, the weekly, right? The daily, the 240, the 30, you see the whole story and you're going along with the trend. All right, you're going along with the trend. So if you guys are trading Forex, right, you should be, if this breaks out, if pound yen breaks out, you should be all over it. All right, all over it. Now, you should have other pairs that are setting up similar, right? Similarly, right? So like the euro yen usually moves the same, right? Even sometimes the Swiss yen, they'll move, but most of the yen pairs will move the same way. All right, but good job. Good job, good job. All right, that's the only play, the big play that we see right now in Forex, or the dollar pairs. And I want you guys to stay focused on the dollar pairs. Even if they pull back on you, all right, even if they pull back the dollar pair, right, stay with them, all right, because again, we've got a big move happening here. All right, we have a big move happening. And then also the yen pairs, not all of the yen pairs right now, but definitely pound yen is setting up. All right, we can take a quick look at euro yen. Let's see what euro yen is doing. Okay, look at that, euro yen. Okay, look at this. And we'll be done in a few minutes here. All right, look at this. This is euro yen on the monthly, guys, on the monthly. So it just broke out of a triangle. All right, here's that triangle right here. Look at that, right? It's out of that triangle right here. All right, even we can actually move it up a bit here. I don't like playing with this. But let's see here. Let's see if we can. No, I think this is it here. That's it right here. So here is your breakout of that triangle right here. See right here, price is getting squeezed, right? And now we got a buy signal right here on this resistance right here. Perfect buy signal right here. That triangle right here on this resistance. Big candle. So they're definitely in. And right here, this is the current month. So they're setting up. The yen pairs are setting up. Dollar pairs are. I'm kind of biased to the dollar pairs, but the yen pairs are also moving good. So,
David,
yes.
if the dollar is getting stronger, that means the stock market's gonna be weaker. Is that correct?
Peter, you keep asking me.
I'm not, I'm just, this is
You
what
know me.
common
You know-
consent. When the dollar goes up, the stock market goes down.
Yes. But
It's
that's
okay.
not always,
It's
that's
okay
not
for
always
me.
the case.
You know, I like when the market goes down.
I know. You know, we'll see. I hate calling it like that, but you
Yeah.
know, there is, yes, but there isn't always the barometers, they don't always work, right? They only work until they fail,
Right.
right? So we still have to be, yeah, we know that when the dollar goes up, right, the equity markets go down, but there are times when they go together, right?
Yeah.
There are times in history when the dollar went up and the market went up, right?
For the bulls, as long as we stick in our sectors, like I'm long on a few stocks. So as long as we stick in the defensive sectors, we're good. I'm in healthcare majority.
Healthcare, utilities, yeah. But yeah, that's usually the case. The dollar goes up, the market goes down. There's also a correlation, a pretty good correlation with the yen pairs, all right? But again, you know, when the market, usually the yen pairs will go with the equity markets, but there are times when they do their own thing, you know? So I like to, and this is what you guys want to do, right? Go with the correlation when it's working. If you're trying to time the markets through correlation, don't do that. Use your price action. All right. So correlation is good when it's working. Okay. Yeah. So so Peter, if the dollar is moving higher and the
It just helps shift our priorities. It's
What's
just
that?
like it just helps us shift our priorities.
Yeah.
Like if we're focusing on one thing, maybe it's time to dial it back and focus on a different area.
So it will help with turning to help you with when things are shifting, when markets are rotating. Okay, but when we trade, you always go to your time frame. We'll use the 4 market phases. You guys know that, right? You guys know that. All right. Let's see here. Anything else? As far as futures, this is the futures market right here, soybean. That's it. So not a lot happening right now in the futures market. As far as the Dow, the S&P, NASDAQ, and the futures, things are kind of flat right now. Okay, things are flat. Sniper, I apologize. We're having some issues. So I know some of you did not get your data for sniper trader. Okay, we're working out some bugs. We're going to have, I'm hoping within the next couple of months, we'll have a totally new process in place where you guys will get, we'll get your email addresses. So we'll send out email addresses along with text messages. Okay, so that you have a backup, we have a backup email and text. Okay, so those of you who did not get your data alerts, I apologize for that. We'll make sure that you guys get, if you guys, if it's you know, you guys have to get into the sniper trades by 4 p.m. 4 p.m. Eastern time is when the market closes. Okay, the equity markets closes, so you have to get your trades in there by then. All right, you usually will get those signals out to you guys around 2:30, usually by 3 p.m. If you guys don't hear, if you don't hear from us by 3:30, you guys have my direct number. You have to call me. Okay, so if you don't hear from us by 3:30, by me, 3:30 on your signals, pick up the phone and call. I had some traders call, but not everyone called. Okay, because we want to get those signals in by 4 p.m. before the market close. Okay, but we've put in some process in place. It's just growing pains. We are growing. All right, so we'll have some backup systems. Like I said, email and text will go out. And within the next couple of months, we should have, or hopefully sooner, everything in place. Okay, but thanks for understanding and being patient. Okay, equity markets, let's go through that just quickly. All right, selling, right? So we're seeing selling coming in the NASDAQ, selling coming in the Russell. We should get some sell signals. If this continues, and we're seeing what's happening in the futures market, kind of flat right now, but red. All right, we should get some sell signals to exit. Right now, definitely the NASDAQ and the Russell. So Peter, you should be happy with that if you'd like to short. And then the Dow kind of holding right now, and the S&P kind of holding right now. All right, so that's all I've got. Any questions for me before we leave, guys? Any questions for me?
Yeah, David, if you have any time, can you just pull up the chart for Microsoft?
Microsoft, sure. Zaya.
240.
Okay, the 240. All right. What's Microsoft is what what's Microsoft? MS, what is it? What's Microsoft, Zaya? What's the symbol?
MSF.
MSFT, right? Okay. Okay, Zaya, what you looking to do here?
It's kind of tricky, but I'm looking for it to, it looks like it wanna break to the downside. So I'm not sure if it wanna go back to that 200 level. You know, I'm not sure. You know, Microsoft is a very strong company, but I'm just looking at it. Also, I'm using the S&P and the NASDAQ as kind of a correlation. So kind of looking at it to see.
Okay, well, we know the NASDAQ is, we've got some selling in the NASDAQ. We have a recent sell short signal right here on the 30-minute. All right, it's a bit oversold a bit on the 30-minute. And we know that because we're starting to get white support and resistance here. We do have right here selling coming in on the 240 right here. So if we open this up, All right, we do not have a sell short signal. All right, so right now it closed on Friday at what, 297, 297. Yeah, it doesn't look bad, right? On the 240, you're not shorting it down. If you short it on the 240, not bad, right? Went through that markup phase. Let me show you guys where it closed. So it closed that long position, right? And we'll end with this, guys. Let's see here. All right, so it closed that short position, oof, right here. All right, so a lot, the sellers came in strong, so it got out here. Right in here would have been a nice, a better exit right here. But yeah, close that. They're coming in. If you want to wait for a short signal, you can. You'll probably get it soon. That it'll come in tomorrow. If the selling continue, it'll come in tomorrow, and you've got some support. Yeah, it broke the upward trend, so it's definitely in trouble, Zaire. So it broke the upward trend line right here, right near that sell short signal. So it gave a nice pullback. Here is resistance here. All right, here is resistance. And here is support. So it's not trending. This is basically, you would look to take it down to this area here. You see that, Zaire?
Yeah, the 180 level, I kind of like that part. So if it
180?
no 280, I'm sorry, 280. Where you at right now?
I
Where
was
you
gonna
are?
say 180.
No, 280. I like it.
Yeah,
So if it looks good tomorrow, well, I'm not going tomorrow. I'll probably wait until Tuesday. So I'll watch it until Tuesday.
Yeah, 180, you should be fine getting to 180, and then just watch the NASDAQ. All right, yeah, watch the NASDAQ. But yeah, you should, it looks good to get to at least 180. All right, 180 should be fine. Down here, that's ambitious. Down in here.
You mean 280, right? 280 is
Yeah,
good.
280. Yeah, 280.
Yeah. That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, 280. Yeah. And yeah, down in here would be ambitious. Right in here should be anywhere in here. 280. Right. You might get 270 something. Yeah. But then just put it. If you enter on the 240 on the 240 time frame, watch the 30, 60. You might get a lot of noise on the 30, but watch the 60 and time your exit with the smaller time frame. All right, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow for Q&A. All right, the dollar pairs. All right, the dollar pairs, and dollar pairs first. Yen pairs second. The dollar pairs are all leading. The top trending pairs right now are all dollar pairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. All dollar pairs. All right. So pay attention to that, guys. Take care, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Take care.
All right, thank you, David.
Thank you, David.
All right. Bye, guys. Have a good night.
Hey, David.
Yes.
Hey, I got a question. This is way more advanced than I would be prepared for.
Okay.
And it's not a knock on you in any way, shape, or form. So please don't take it that way. All right. My question is, how do I get to understanding where you guys are at or where you're at? I know it's going to take some time, but you got any recommendations in YouTube videos or reading material or something?
Yeah, so there are two books I'm going to recommend. Well, I'm going to recommend one book in particular. It's called Trading in the Zone.
Trading in the Zone.
Trading in the Zone. Okay, by Mark Douglas. So you definitely want to. We give that book free, Joseph, to our one-on-one students that do coaching with us. All right, so we use it as a reference. It's that important. Trading in the Zone. The next book, that's more advanced. All right, that's down the road, but we give that book to our traders that use our trading systems. It's called Trend Following by Michael Koval.
Trend to following?
Trend Following. Trend Following by Michael Koval. Trading in the Zone, there's an audible. So there's an audio book on YouTube. So you when you're done here with me, you can go on YouTube and pull that up. All right. And it's great. It will help you with your trading quite a bit. So Trading in the Zone is the first one I would highly recommend. And then Trend Following is down the road. Those are the two books I recommend highly. All right. Okay.
Excellent.
And then we do these trainings 6 days a week. So six days a week, every evening, so you can come. And then we, like I said, we do one-on-one coaching also. But those two books will certainly help you a great deal. Okay, especially Trading in the Zone if you're new to trading.
Okay.
All right.
And just one last piece of information without taking too much of your time.
Oh no.
The one-on-one, what's the cost for that?
So you can go to our website, Joseph. It's monstertradingsystems.com. All right. monstertradingsystems.com. Go to products, and then select the one-on-one coaching. The regular price is $480, so $480. It's discounted right now at 50% off, so $240. And we do 4 sessions. So we do 4 1-hour sessions. Okay, and we do 1 hour per week for 4 weeks. Okay, and by then our traders love the coaching. They really, really like the one-on-one coaching. If you go to on the same website, you go to the testimonials. So go to go to about testimonials, and our traders have some reviews on the one-on-one coaching. All right, it's very affordable. We've made it where it's a very affordable for our traders. A lot of our traders will do multiple coaching. Okay, but yeah, that's what I recommend. So I recommend the training, the evening classes that we do, similar to the one we do here. We do different topics every evening, and definitely the one-on-one coaching. And the coaching is really tailored to each individual, because everyone is different. Everyone will trade differently, so it's really tailored to your to you. We take a look at your weaknesses, right? And we want to kind of put those aside but really go with your strengths, okay, and focus on those. All right.
Awesome.
Yeah. So check it out, monstertradingsystems.com. All the information is right there, and I am always available. My number, if you want to text me or call me, 407-733-0185. I'm always available for our traders. All right.
407-733-0185.
0185. Absolutely.
Excellent. David, thank you very much, man. I do appreciate your conversation.
You're welcome, Joseph, and welcome. We're glad to have you here. Okay.
All right, man. Take care.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.